Hello, Oketa, and welcome to Voice Blue Pacific. I'm Cheryl Berra. Our leaders have now arrived in Honiara ahead of the official opening ceremony, but before the speeches and decisions, they came together in faith and culture, beginning the forum with an ecumenical service at St. Barnabas Cathedral. In the Pacific, the church plays an important role. It is more than just a place of worship. It is where our people gather, a unifying force and a source of strength for communities across our islands. As forum leaders joined the ecumenical service in Honiara, they stood shoulder to shoulder with the people, lifting their voices in prayer and reflection. It is a tradition that grounds the week's work in faith and humility. And as the forum begins, this union of faith and custom reminds leaders that their duty is not only to policy, but to the people, the heritage, and the ocean that bind the Blue Pacific together.
Psalms chapter 24, verses 1 to the 8. Psalms chapter 24, verses 1 to the 8. Theme, the great King. The world and all that is in it belong to the Lord. The earth and all who live on it are His. He built it on the deep waters beneath the earth, and laid its foundation in the ocean depths. Who has the right to go up the Lord's hill? Who may enter His holy temple? Those who are pure in act and in thought, who do not worship idols or make false promises. The Lord will bless them and save them. God will declare them innocent.
Anticipation is building for a spectacular opening ceremony, but even before that, all eyes are on the horizon with the arrival of the Waka canoes. Alex Dadamu of SIBC has the story.
After days of navigating the vast ocean, the Waka Tepuke of Taumako, Temotu Province, and Fiji's Utonialo now rest in Honiara waters, awaiting to be received in an official ceremony. Their arrival marks more than the end of a voyage. It is the continuation of a tradition that has bound people together for centuries. For the islanders, voyaging is not just about travel, it is about identity. Canoes carried our ancestors across vast oceans, guided by the stars, wind and currents long before modern navigation.
Section lo wakawalo because odna duim tepukea or duim lo there either lo Taumako or lo small islands or call them lo Otavayakau, especially Nifiloli, Matema, Nukapu, or call them lo Santa Cruz na. So the voyaging between other islands by tradition, by history, long time come. But this is Santa Cruz Nende, have the biggest island group here. So sustainability, livelihood, have depend no, this all big island. That's why now voyage can come for market, for sale, for trade, have. So that practice have not something that just happened. It happened long time, history. And because of that, we fal garem na tradition, for side of practice, time him come, what we fal do it. Yeah? As long as the sale come, we fal over come have na. Before the come so, what blow na consel. Okay? Blow consel, but we fal respond od mi falo soya respond go back lo council meaning hem okay you come hem osem ya suppose no I'm hard for the land there hem tambu that means something hem wrong they will not allow you to follow now message for send them go and say yes accept them come so that will be how I mean sorry that hem now how in history this will practice hem coming in this modern context because of the theme lo this will forum ya and fall in line now with the one mi fal do them come before so okay o semba mi fal represent Yumi yeah Solomon Islands for represent them Yumi lo side lo meeting lo side lo custom lo tradition ba mi fal na plan here now where mi fal fit in lo hem.
In Honiara, preparations are completed for an official welcome. The Nelo Dance Association of Temotunende, alongside Tamako and Vayakau communities, will lead the ceremony. Such rituals are not mere performance, they are acts of respect, honoring the voyages and reaffirming cultural ties.
There will be gifts from each of these 9 provinces, and probably maybe by 10, including the Honiara City Council, yeah, to the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat, yeah. Lo mifala lo temotu gift lo mifala am start finish, yeah. It will be the replica blotepuke, yeah, replica blotepuke with small one loem, yeah. Where you say olem lo one and no more no same. All right, but again, there is much interest that the replica alone, yes, Emi represent them mifala, but they must go with them. This wala
Tema.
This wala breastplate. Tema, yeah. Now, one fala big breastplate, mi fala redeem for give him to as a gift. Go with him tepuke. The reason behind this one, emosem, now tepuke, him something where babayem, yeah, him sail on top plus, yeah, in terms of connectivity, lo, this wala blue ocean, yeah. Now, if the Pacific leaders are serious about the summit and what will be their agendas and all that, yeah, in terms of what now I may come and I may shade him light, being the theme for this very big event, yeah. Then this all a tema, yeah, and speak of its own, and speak of, you know, you harvest proper, yeah. What do we call this? Sustainable harvesting of our resources, yeah. Biodiversity, marine biodiversity, and all things so same. Yeah? So, resourceful people, yeah. Resourceful people. And so the theme, by presenting these two, me speak volume in terms of as far as the theme, yeah, I'm concerned, yeah. Bara embedded well, yeah. So, being people where mifala live by the sea, life blow mifala sea, yeah. We see that means of transport and all the sea resources are very important for livelihood blow mifala, yeah. And so therefore, in terms of fossil fuel, and then you cut down the logging, mining and all this, yeah. Mifala looking mosem, yeah. When you talk about blue economy, then this one shell money, yeah, as to why I'm important for mifala present him, so that the Pacific leaders to see, yeah, and see for themselves how people live by presenting these two items, yeah. Let me speak volume, yeah, and let me speak for itself. It calls for urgent action.
Welcoming ceremonies have always carried deep meanings. They recognize the bravery of those who cross the ocean, but they also renew the bonds of kinship between islands, reminding us during the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting that no matter the distance, we remain connected and united.
With other Pacific Island voyaging alliance, voyaging groups, we feel like bring another message of one soul war, one ocean message. Not come Pacific Island Forum Leaders play me. Have something to do with climate change. How climate change affect him na the Pacific, especially to a small island. And we feel like bring to a message of. I mean, Yimi must go into a renewable energy, like Yimi must go into 100% renewable energy. And the other message, one solar message, like them come to him, like lo yumi lot of some area where yumi not been controlling, especially of the high seas. Me feel like him for me feel like bring come to the message of the leaders blame me. How no you mean by going for you try for make him control him not place a lot high seas blame me lo Pacific. And I think the most important thing lo or the message where me feel like bring come is like me feel like build up lo here. Then go for bringing to that message go up lo COP31 where but expect for him holem lo solely lo next year COP31.
Today, the ancient art of voyaging takes on a modern purpose. Sailing under the theme One Solwara, One Ocean, One People, the journey calls attention to the shared challenges facing the Pacific, climate change, ocean protection, and the need for collective action.
As a small island, lo Temotu or lo Solomon, mi fala feeling the impact of climate change. So mi fala like a mother small island country below lo Solomon, or where climate change is affected. You must come together for bringing out the Islam message, come out leaders below so that all the must aware na lo what na happen lo small island and so that all must take action for addressing the issue of climate change.
The voyage and its welcome is woven into the 54th Pacific Islands Forum program, not as a side event, but as a reminder to leaders of what truly unites the Pacific. From Honiara, I'm Alex Dadamu.
For me, as a journalist, I will report on that forum that so that people in Solomon Island can understand what are the leaders discussing. Mostly, I will report on issues that concern Solomon Islands, like for example, UXO. They are still in the ground after World War II and still pose danger to our citizens, and also issues on climate change. Small islands around Solomon Island are directly impacted, like outer islands, Temotu, and also Shortland. So for me, I will report on that issue that concern the people of this country.
Part of PCC, is a long-time member of the Pacific Regional NGO Alliance and has participated in a number of civil society leader dialogues over the last few years. And it really is an excellent opportunity when we have this space to engage directly with leaders. And we're looking forward to conversation, not just a presentation of statements by civil society and then that's it. Civil society has been preparing very much over the last few months for this engagement.
Some of the agenda issues that the Pringo, but also regional civil societies that will be pushing here at this forum, it comes at the back of this growing tension that there is this acknowledgement around civic spaces and how civic spaces are now starting to close. The engagement of key stakeholders, these very important spaces that inform policies, that inform development agendas of our people, but also the future for our region, are shrinking.
The issue of political instability, where not only the Solomon Island may face it, that kind of issue, but other countries as well already. How well na by ini sabi luluplo, how na the leaders really in terms of being accountable to their leader, to their people.
For us from Tonga, the biggest issue is seabed mining, which we would like the Pacific Islands to come to some decision. It could be a moratorium so that the sciences can happen, but there are other countries who don't see, like Tonga, Cook Island, Nauru. They support deep sea mining. So I hope that there's some discussion among the leaders on some senses how to protect our ocean, how to we look at the future of our next generation and next generation.
Our message for the leaders, it's about the acknowledgement of voices of Pacific people that also comes through civil society that needs to be heard.
From the ocean to the land, tourism is an area where Pacific nations are looking to build resilience and growth, and a vital part of telling our story to the world. As leaders prepare to gather here in Honiara, we'll look at the strength of Solomon Islands tourism and the goals that lie ahead.
Une population accueillante, une extraordinaire richesse culturelle, des paysages somptueux, des prix attractifs et des îles proches de l'Australie. Les Salomon ne manquent pas d'atouts pour séduire les touristes. Pourtant, l'archipel plafonne à 25 000 visiteurs et n'a même pas retrouvé son niveau d'avant la pandémie. Même dans le plus bel hôtel de l'île, seules 2 clientes australiennes se partagent la piscine. Et elles savourent le charme salomonais.
There are some beautiful markets to visit. And you can get lots of different things like bag weaving and polished shells and artwork, and it's really beautiful to see.
Mais la grande force des Salomon, c'est la plongée. La richesse de la faune sous-marine est sublimée par l'histoire, puisque la bataille de Guadalcanal, l'un des tournants de la Seconde Guerre mondiale, a laissé des centaines d'épaves au fond de l'océan. Selon le directeur du seul hôtel 4 étoiles de Guadalcanal, ces épaves attirent les touristes.
The sea that you see in the front, that's called Iron Bottom Sound, it has about 500 sunken ships and aircrafts. You need more of eco-tourist lodges and hotels, and need more which blends with the nature.
Pour ce directeur, inutile de viser le tourisme haut de gamme. Dans cet archipel où beaucoup d'habitants ne sont jamais allés à l'école, faute de moyens, il est difficile de trouver des employés formés. À l'Office du tourisme de Honiara, la petite équipe ne reçoit pas beaucoup de visiteurs. Elle sait qu'il faudra beaucoup construire pour atteindre les objectifs du gouvernement.
According to our registry, we have about 200 properties that are registered. In terms of the number of rooms, it's about 2,000. And in terms of number of beds, it's about 4,000. But one of the challenges that we have that is ongoing and we're trying to improve is the level of standards. We have a lot of rooms registered, but not all of them are sellable internationally and only cater for the local market or church groups that are traveling within country.
La concurrence est rude avec Fidji, un autre archipel mélanésien très apprécié par les touristes australiens et américains. Mais hors de question pour les Salomon de viser un tourisme de masse, comme le voisin fidjien. 100 000 visiteurs, c'est déjà un immense défi.
Pacific connections aren't only about leaders. Here in Honiara, the Fijian diaspora welcomed Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka, a powerful reminder that the forum is also about communities and the ties that bind us.
You know, it's an honor for us to have our Prime Minister here. As you would probably know, our first civilian Fijian that arrived at the Solomon Islands came in 1948. And since then, we've had waves of migration, Fijians coming to the Solomon Islands, and we have contributed to the development of this nation before independence and even after independence up until now. So for us as a community, and when I say community, I'm not just talking about the diaspora, it's the expatriates who are also here for work, as well as descendants of Fijians.
Linggo mea amnanga baturang. Amnanga I galogalo. Galoje na matentuvi tino unia novelta e pretendi non domua. Andel nia budera baturang era ngavesi menturang bagai to ular. Atuira awa bubun buno domor. Gitu pula. Many of you will probably not know that I was here about 25 years ago. So there's a boy in Baratuna, 25 years old now. His name is not Sitiveni. His name is Major Rambuk. They called me Major. Well, I was a Major General or what, they just called me Major. His first name is Major, second name is Rambuk. July 6, 7, 99. Major Sitiveni Rambuk. Thinking much about you all time. Sorry for not asking your address. I'm Paul, who inheritance here in Guadalcanal. Thanks for saving my life, Major. Please pray for me and my wife and one kid. In future, don't be surprised if we have a baby. If we have a boy, we will name him Rambuka.
Loside lo mifalolo Fiji with, and as you probably would have heard the Prime Minister today, the acknowledgement that we are safe here in the Solomon Islands. For those of us who've come to call the Solomon Islands home, and for those of us who've taken root here. And so we're also appreciative of the Solomon Islands capacity to host us as fellow Pacific Islanders, as fellow Melanesians here in Solomon Islands. And yeah, and it's been an awesome opportunity for those of us who have had the opportunity to grow in terms of business, in terms of relationships as well, and in terms of vocations and professional development. So yeah.
And at the heart of the forum are the journalists, working across cultures and languages to carry Pacific voices to the region and the world. We feature their role along with reflections from the Forum Secretary General.
Emblemi Eddie Osifelo, me sub-editor of the Solomon Star newspaper, Honiara, Solomon Islands. Means a lot, because this is my first time to cover the Pacific Island Forum, because it's a very big, busy time for media.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Tabua, and I'm a radio and print journalist with Torres Strait Islanders Media Association on Thursday Island in the Torres Strait. Basically just here to reconnect and to inform our families in regards to how we can be present here at these forums and have a Torres Strait contingent to get that support as well.
My name is Ben Bilua. I'm a senior reporter of Island Sun. I'm based in Gizo. In the Western Province that I came from, I reported in the West Coast. I think it's obvious that 3 islands has been sinking, have already sunk underwater. So it means that climate change is serious in the Solomon Islands. I also want to look to issues of climate change and its effect, impact to Solomon Islands as well.
This gathering ahead of our Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting reminds us of a fundamental truth. Journalists are not just observers of our regional stories, but you are part of it. You are the eyes and ears of our communities, the trusted voices that help our people make sense of the challenges we face, and the agents of accountability who help keep our institutions transparent and responsive. As forum leaders prepare to meet here in the Solomon Islands this coming week, your role becomes even more vital. The decision taken during the meetings of the forum leaders will shape the direction of our region for years to come. Your coverage in a truthful, fair, accurate, and balanced way will shape how those decisions are understood, debated, and remembered by our Pacific citizens. I have been informed that 140 journalists from the region, the Solomon Islands, and around the world have registered and were successfully accredited to report on this year's meetings. This makes media the largest delegation in Honiara. We recognize the challenges you face, limited resources, fast-changing technologies, and often a lack of recognition. But I want to say this clearly. The Pacific Islands Forum sees you, we value you, and we are committed to working with you. And we reaffirm our commitment, our continuous support to ensure that this regional media workshop is convened every year.
It is something that's very important. It started when I was working with the Forum Secretariat, because we saw the need for those senior officials within the Forum Secretariat, even the Secretary General, to address the journalists so that they understand, because they are the ones who have to cover the issues. And if they don't understand the issues, then they won't be doing a good coverage. So this is very important. It's critical, because some journalists, they come from afar, international journalists, with little understanding of what the issues are, in affecting the region, and that will go before the forum leaders. So whatever that comes out of this media, we used to call it pre-summit media workshop, it's very important, and it's good that the Forum Secretariat has sent its very senior level, and even the Secretary General addressing this media workshop, and that is really, I know there are many questions that those officials won't be able to answer, only issues that leaders can answer. So, but at least journalists have an idea of what issues are coming up and what questions they will be able to ask the leaders when they come together at the final media conference based on the final communique, which is the final document that leaders will release, containing all the decisions that they've made during their meeting here in Honiara.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dorothy Wickham. I'm the editor and curator of Melanesian News Network, and I'm from Solomon Islands. Complex.
Will it be coffee or tea or anything else?
If I'm smart, it should be coconut and lime juice. But of course, I'll go for coffee. I think documents from the previous PIF, I think that's a must-have. And also my phone, because then you can access the internet. Even if the Wi-Fi drops, I've still got my local network running. So I think those are the main things. Stay positive, find time to have laughs, amongst the colleagues, and create a network. Meet the new young ones coming up. because they're new to the PIF scene and the regional scene. So it's good to have a network around the Pacific, and I think PIF provides that perfect atmosphere for it.
Do you love it or do you hate it?
I'm my own boss, so I don't have deadlines. And I'm online, so I can file whenever I want. I think that's the beauty of being online. They're looking out for each other. I think that's the root of being an islander. We always live in large families, large communities, villages. So it should also apply to us when we do our work to ensure that it's our grannies and our uncles and aunties in the villages or in remote areas of all our countries understand what are some of these issues that are being raised in such a regional meeting. Well-being, I think. Well-being especially for women and children in the Pacific. I think that's an issue that we need to keep the conversation going even after PIF in relation to all the issues that we need to consider when we're looking at well-being. It's like water, sanitation, education, health, but I think if we really look at what's important for the Pacific, I think it would be drinking water now, because we've got the issue of sea level rise and a lot of our atolls don't have water. So it's a subject we can talk about for the next 20 years, I think.
For Solomon Islands, if you could send one message to them, what would it be?
Demand more of your leaders. Hold them accountable, not only on national, but on regional issues and also community and village-based issues. I think I would be very interested in the Papua New Guinea Prime Minister and my Prime Minister. More so because we share borders and we have issues that we need to address, like the Bougainville referendum and the focus on whether they will be independent or not, and just the sovereign border that we share, how are we going to manage that into the future. And the worrying bit is that if something happens in Bougainville, we'll be the first country in the forum will be affected by that issue in Bougainville. You meet together pose. That's a hard one.
We'll count you down.
Okay, count me down.
Yeah, count. 3, 2, 1. Yeah!
From faith to culture, from ocean voyages to diaspora connections, the Pacific is gathering here in Honiara with one shared purpose. The Waka will arrive at the National Stadium, the opening ceremony will begin, and the 54th Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting officially gets underway. Join us then as we continue to share Voice Blow Pacific. I am Cheryl Berra.